He's kind enough to join us for a few minutes now. Let's go to Abu Dhabi and say hello to Alex Volkanovski. What a freaking legend, this guy. Alex, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. You're in Abu Dhabi now, safe and sound. Glad to hear. Can I ask you, where were you when you got the phone call about potentially fighting on Saturday?
I was at home. So, yeah, in Abu Dhabi at the moment. But, yeah, I was at home. I was just in between sessions, I guess. I was still like, again, I'm always training, as we always say. But I was just chilling at home. I think I might have had rain, my newborn. Might have been like holding her, just hanging with the fam. And then, Ash calls me up and he's like, you wouldn't believe it. Because we were actually trying to organise other stuff. Because I was going to come to Abu Dhabi just as a guest. And then he goes, you wouldn't believe it. And then mentioned Charles. Obviously something's up. Can you do it? And I just sort of laughed and went, all right, let's do it. You do your part, I'll do mine. I'll get ready. So I hit the boys up, and then off we went to camp pretty much.
I mean, obviously there's some business to be had, but there was no hesitation in your mind. 11 days. Do I need a full camp? Coming off surgery, like did you need to be convinced at all?
Oh no, I didn't need to be convinced. But obviously there was you're still going to talk, and then obviously even weight. You're like, oh, weight, what's weight like? I'm like, nah, it's all right, I'll make it. Just a couple of things like that. Obviously, I had to talk to my coach and that as well. But I was like, we pretty much said yes straight away. As in, I was like, I'm on board. Let me at least talk to my wife and Joe and see what they said. And everyone was on board. Everyone was excited. It was it was pretty much all right, sweet. And then Ash just did his part while I literally hit up the guys at the gym, freestyle, and they said, looks like I'm doing a meat grinder tonight, which is a fight simulator. Can we rally the troops? And that's exactly what they did. So, yeah, like I said, man, the support I had from everyone as soon as we knew, it was just incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Can I ask, how much did you weigh when you got the call?
How much did I? I think I was going to say that for my YouTube channel. Maybe you have to tune into that. And I'll tell you.
Exclusive. I mean, fair enough. I had to ask because I'm curious.
Sorry, mate.
No, it's okay. Your YouTube channel is killing it, and I urge everyone to go check it out. Your stuff is amazing, and I like the video that you posted. But, can I ask this? More than you usually are 11 days before a fight? I know this is at 155, not 145, but, like the amount of weight that you have to cut.
The kilograms from the day, the day before I got told, because I remember jumping on the scale and we were sort of laughing, like far out, like, you know what I mean? Laughing at how sort of heavy we were. And the next day, obviously got the call, but it was heavy then. But I mean, the weight, it was just water weight, you know what I mean? It's just weight that, for me, obviously eating well, a couple of drinks and stuff like that. But I mean, as soon as I ate pretty well, it just flew off me. So right now it's fine. But I mean, from last Monday, a week ago, it's we lost a bit. But the rest of it's going to be smooth sailing. So them numbers at the start, you're like, ooh, but again, I hold a lot of water. So we literally lost, 5 kilos within a couple of days.
Wow. Okay. And last time we spoke was right after your win in July against Ilia Rodriguez, and you were scheduled to have hand surgery, and you did shortly thereafter. When would you say your hand was 100%? When did it feel 100%? How long ago?
So I got elbow surgery.
Elbow surgery. Excuse me. Elbow.
Yeah, you're right. It's right. But yeah, elbow surgery. Got that. Yeah, pretty much straight after the fight, like maybe a week after the fight, if that. And when was I? I remember, I think it was UFC Sydney. So like maybe the week before that or that week, I was able to start training, like as in starting to grapple and wrestle. Because I remember wrestling with Frank when I seen him in Sydney. That was like one of my first wrestles. So that was UFC Sydney. However long ago that was, and wasn't a couple of weeks after that I was able to spar. So I've been able to spar, wrestle in that for a good at least 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay. So no trepidation there that you, like, in a perfect world, you have a full camp, but you feel like you're in a good spot here going into Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. Like, again, what I know now from what I knew even in February, you know what I mean? Like, it's like it was just yesterday I did camp. So everything's still fresh in my mind. Obviously, I was like, all right, we've got to check this gas tank. But I mean, very happy with the short amount of time. We all did such a great job getting me in shape. So I literally had to squeeze a fair bit in the last few days of camp, as you would say. And we did a great job. Like I started with 3-round, fight simulators, and then bring some sparring in, and work my way up to 5-round fight simulators, and we're getting through it pretty comfortably. So pretty impressed. Pretty impressive, really. Like, obviously, as I said, I've always said if these things that do happen, like I'm the guy that can take these opportunities and that, because I'm always all year round, I can always do 5 rounds all year round. I don't care what anyone says. Even if I don't train for a year, I've been killing myself for the last 11 years, literally. Like, you know what I mean? In the gym every single day. Even when I have time off now, you don't miss a beat when you've been training like that. You know what I mean? My experience is there, so it's not like I don't know how to fight anymore. You know what I mean? I know how to fight, so I trust that. And then obviously the preparation, I knew I'd be able to sharpen things up in that short amount of time, and I knew the base that I would have wouldn't be too bad. Because I have been wrestling, I have been doing some live stuff, some cardio stuff, and a bit of sparring that as well. So I've still been doing enough, and I'm very comfortable with where I am. It's good, mate. Like I said, man, I don't know, like, so excited, man. All week I was so excited. Like, a bit now, obviously a bit jet lagged with coming to Abu Dhabi, but that's why we're trying to get the sessions. I'm about to do a session now, but we're trying to do it later in the night, like when we're going to fight. So, but other than that, mate, we've been full smiles all last week. Everyone in camp was just nothing but like everyone was just joyful, happy, and like excited to help me out, and then just with this opportunity. It's been incredible, and I think this is something that I can really take in there. This freshness of no injuries, no, it's exhausting going through camp sometimes. You do 8 to 12 weeks of just absolutely bashing yourself mentally and physically. To not to do that, and then again, obviously you have to get yourself ready. But I'm sort of in a position where, I don't lose fitness overnight. It takes me a long time to lose fitness. And like I said, I'm pretty comfortable where I am, and now I can take this sort of freshness. That's the word I've been using into this fight. Going in there, sort of excited, fresh, and with I don't know. Like, as I've been saying as well, it's like I don't have to prepare for the worst. I don't have time to prepare for the worst. You know what I mean? As I always say, prepare for the worst. 5-round war, whatever. Can I do 5 rounds? Yeah, I think I can, but I'm not going to sit there and kill myself. I don't have time to prepare for the worst. But what I do have time for is to prepare what I believe is going to happen and stick to my game plan. That's why I think I'm going to be the more dangerous than I've ever been. I've never really had this sort of mindset going into a fight. A freshness, so clear of what I need to do. Again, I can't have all these variables. If it goes this way, do this. I ain't accepting any of that. I've got a job to do, and I'm going to stick to it. And again, I want to really set a statement, take this opportunity, and take it with flying colours, and really set a statement.
You say prepare for what you believe is going to happen. What do you believe is going to happen?
I believe I finish it. You know what I mean? Again, I think this is you're going to see probably one of the most dangerous Volkanovskis you've ever seen, just purely because I can't afford to do anything else. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at it, and I want to look at it that way. So it's like I'm looking at it like, all right, let's do this. We're going in for the kill. You know what I mean? Stuff leaving it to the judges. Stuff any of that. Let's just go out there and really set a statement. 11 days notice in his hometown. All it's all, and then I go out there and take him right out, mate. That's legacy stuff we're talking about. I mean, this fight itself is just legacy. Go out and knock him out. That's going to be absolutely mind blowing for the world to see. And again, I can't wait. I'm nothing but excited for this opportunity. Cannot wait for this weekend, I'm telling you.
I love the enthusiasm, and I'm not going to keep you long, but I do want to ask, are you surprised he said yes?
I'm not really. I wouldn't say I was surprised. I mean, credit to him. I'm not going to sit there and say, obviously he's had a full camp. You've got to take credit because he knows it's going to be a tough fight. Even, he might look at it like, oh, do I fight him 11 days notice or a full camp? You know what I mean? He can look at it both ways. A full camp, all right. He's probably thinking, he said it's going to be so much harder, blah, blah, blah. But not just that. But I mean, short notice, there's still a bit of pressure on him, right? Like, he knows that what people are going to say, what people are going to think. He's like, oh, and imagine losing to someone on 11 days, and there's a lot of pressure on him. I've been in this position before where he is in a short notice. Like this is early in my UFC career, and mate, it's not easy. It's hard. It really is. It's hard. There's a lot of pressure. Like you can't, and you think, oh, this guy's only got to punch his chance. You start getting a little hesitant in there, and I'm going to use that against him again. There's a lot of there's pros and cons. A lot of cons, but there's some pros here. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm focusing on. I ain't focusing on anything else, but what I can capitalize on.
Because he is the champion, he had the full camp. He beat you in February. Do you feel like all the pressure is on him?
I do. I do feel the pressure. Again, there's still a lot of people act like there's nothing to lose for me. You hear people that will say that, and I mean that's a lie. Everyone knows I want this rematch. Everyone knows I want this belt. And if I lose this fight, like I ain't getting a shot at the title, not anytime soon, right? Let's be real. I ain't getting a rematch anytime soon either. So this is something that everyone knows I've wanted. I've been talking about ever since as soon as I walked out of that octagon with him. I wanted this rematch. But I mean, you hear about him talking about moving up, and just so much as like, what if it doesn't happen? What if this is my only opportunity? So I'm like, I want to go out there and do it. And then again, we all know I like a challenge. There's a lot of things that make this a challenge and make this exciting and make this again, high risk, high reward. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm ready to take everything with this opportunity. So I'm looking at this as an opportunity.
What is the biggest lesson that you learned?
I didn't get talked into this. Nothing like that. Again, obviously, you're going to get paid and you're going to do that. And like it's it is opportunity to get that belt. But you know what I mean? Like that's just how I'm looking at it.
Biggest lesson that you learned from February that you are going to apply in this fight, something that you didn't know going into the February fight that you learned about him that you were looking to apply in this fight?
I mean, I probably showed him a little too much respect. I mean, obviously his wrestling's great and everything's good. Like, what I mean? So I showed him respect. I still got that respect. But again, right now, I can't afford to show him any respect. I can't afford to, you know what I mean? I can't afford any of that. So I want to go out there and I want to really set a statement. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking forward to going out there and doing.
Is it true that you were supposed to fight in January against Ilia Topuria, or at least that was in the works? And is it also true that you are still planning on doing that?
Yeah, yep, 100%. Like, that's what I mean. Obviously, in negotiations, we're talking, but like, what about January? We're worried about January. I'm not worried about that. Like, I've showed that I'll back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to explain myself. I'm telling you, I'll do it. But yeah, like, I mean, I guess. They're obviously, I think they're talking to people to make sure. Obviously, if I go out there and I take that I'm double champ, I want to defend both belts. I know they're like, can it be done? They think it can't be done. So that's going to have to be a talk in itself. Like really let them know that, hey, I can do this double champ. I can keep both divisions busy. So we'll see what happens after that. But I definitely plan on fighting January. But yeah, that was the plans. But yeah, that's why again I was like, man, I was doing my head in waiting. Like honestly, when I was like trying to talk to the UFC and can we please do November, December? And they're like, look, they're trying to see what they like. But obviously, there's a lot of other champs that need to fight. They haven't been fighting, and you got to fit everyone in, and I can't be too greedy. And so I was like, come on, and they're like, they're like, oh look, man, like we just can't. It just doesn't. The schedule just doesn't fit. And I'm like, all right, well. Unless I guess I've got a bit of time. Just enjoy yourself, but I was doing my head in, mate. So obviously, again, even when I'm enjoying myself, I'm always training anyway. But I was doing my head in. So when this opportunity came, I was like, mate, smile on my face instantly. And yeah, mate, like I said, like even my wife could see how happy I was. And even she was excited for this. It's like she knew I needed something like this as well.
No knock on Yair or Ilia, but is there something about this history, about this guy, about the division that just gets you a little bit more up? Like that's your division, and you're just like knocking these guys off left and right. But here you're being counted out. You're taking the chance. You're the underdog. You're the guy chasing the belt. Is there something about this role that fits you and your personality and who you are better?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I know I'm always talking about it, right? Like I'm always talking about being in this position and but I do love being in this position. One thing that, I was in this position the first time I fought it. People thought I didn't stand a chance, right? Where there's no way moving up. Dagestani wrestling, like, like the work that these guys have done, was incredible. So everyone thought I didn't stand a chance. And then so I wanted to shock the world. And, we didn't get our hand raised, we're that close. We thought we had our moment. And I remember thinking, like, man, now when we fight, right, I'm like, everyone's going to know that, like, well, they've seen the last fight. They're going to expect, a lot of people are going to expect me to win. So it's not going to be the same sort of situation. So I was like, man, so I won't get that big shock. Whoa. But I mean, now, 11 days notice, I'm sort of in this position again a little bit. And that excites me. But again, man, if anyone can do it, it's me. So, like, if anyone can be in a position to take fights of this, it's me. And to actually go out there and, win this belt, be double champ, it's me. And you know what I mean? So, again, I'm looking at this as a crazy opportunity and something that can set you up for life, really. You know what I mean? That's, as they say, high risk, high reward, right? It is that situation, but I love this situation, what it's all about.
More so the people around you as opposed to you. There was some talk after the fight about, the controversy, the IV and all that. I'm just wondering, are you at all concerned about any type of cheating on his part?
Like I've told you, I don't get involved with any of that. I'm staying away from all that, you know what I mean? Like, I just got a job to do, and we'll just settle it. I don't care. I just back my skills all the way. But again, I'm not going to get into that.
Okay.
Ariel, what are you trying to do, mate?
No. I was just wondering, are you concerned? That's all. It was a big talking point afterwards. So if there was any concern, I know the USADA relationship is gone.
Mate, there's so many other things that, you know what I mean, short notice. Obviously being in Abu Dhabi, all that type of stuff. Like, mate, at this point, I'm like, who cares? The more adversities, the better the story. So whatever.
How are they towards you there in Abu Dhabi? You feeling the love? Are you being welcomed with open arms?
Yeah, it's been great. Like, we're away, so we're not at the Fires Hotel or anything like that. Because last time we were there last year when I was just as a guest, it was pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's as in, it was very, very hard to go and do your thing. So we just wanted a quiet place where we could just go and settle close to the gym and do what we want to do. You know what I mean? So haven't been out and about, but I mean, the guys that are looking after us here at the gym are incredible. So the people that we have met have been nothing but great to us.
Okay, two last things. Is in your mind, and maybe you don't want to say this because of the type of person that you are, but do you think if you pull this off, you should go down as the greatest of all time or one of the greatest fighters of all time? Does this cement it right here? Is this it?
I mean, I'm not it's not, that's not up to me. But I mean, I'm doing these things to chase. That's what I'm trying to reach. They're them things, you know what I mean? And when you reach them things, that's what I mean by setting yourself up for the rest of your life, looking after my family for the rest of my life, and that's what it's all about. So, I mean, doing things like this definitely separates you from a lot of people, like, you know what I mean. So, so that's what I want to do. Obviously, I want to be active. I just wanted to shout out to Ilia, actually, because I just seen a stat. I think he did 11 title fights from 2019 to which is just incredible. Which I remember while he was going through that process, because I were obviously champions at the same time, but seeing him be so active, that inspired me to do the same. I'm like, man, how good is that? That's what I want. I want to do that. You know what I mean? So then that's why I was like, yeah, I want to be active. I want to start doing things like that, which is pretty incredible. And that sort of just rolled on to now, where I'm just like, oh yeah, I just look at all these different things as challenges and all that, and it excites me. So so like I just want to give a quick shout out to Izzy with that.
Yeah, and he gave you a shout out last week talking about he's going to take some time off as well. I know it's been a tough time for him, and I'm just wondering your thoughts on him saying that he's going to take an extended period of time off now. Do you think that's a good idea?
I mean, good on him. Like, look again, 11 title fights. You know what I mean? That's incredible. Like, I mean, I don't think you could find many actual fighters that weren't fighting title fights that probably have that many fights as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be hard to find some fighters like that, which is just, yeah, it's crazy. So I mean, he's been hard at it for a long time. You know, I think a little bit of a break might be good for him. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think we're looking at maybe getting some training in together soon. But just again, like no pressure of anything like that. Just he just just come and hang out and just sort of sit back and enjoy the process of training, not just be camp back to back, back to back, back to back. So I think that's what he's looking forward to doing as well.
You're a
And I think
freaking
that'll be great
legend.
for him.
You're a legend, Alex. It's really a pleasure to watch you and to cover you and see how you conduct yourself and you show up and you're the most active guy. They're lucky to have you. The UFC is lucky to have you. A champion like you taking a fight, a challenge like this on short notice. And you say you're going to finish him on Saturday. And I think the collective mind of the MMA community will explode.
We always say that, right? You've heard me say that plenty of times. Obviously, I've got some finishes in some of the later fights, but I mean, and you always say that, right? But I mean, there's still so many other variables that you need to, you know what I mean? You need to worry, watch this, watch that. And like, you know what I mean? Where now it's like, I can't afford any of that. You know what I mean? I go, all I can do is focus what I think is going to be, the best way for me to go forward. And that's why I think I'm going to be the most dangerous you've ever seen me. I think, you know what I mean? I'm going to be clear. There's not going to be any second guessing in there. I'm going to go all in. You know what I mean? So I can't wait. You know what I mean? Me not second guessing myself. Not hesitating anywhere. No showing respect. Going in full confidence. I think this is going to be the most dangerous you've ever seen me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm going in. Man, I'm going in for the kill.
I love it. Best of luck to you, my friend. Thank you so much for doing this. Really appreciate it. Can't wait for Saturday. And again, thank you for coming on as always.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Much love. Good luck.
I'm going to get this session in, mate.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Go get him. There he is, Alexander the Great. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel. So please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.